Hey guys, welcome to the next Tarkov video. I'm going to do a quick review here of the patch notes for those of you that haven't looked at them yet, kind of give you my thoughts, and be kind of excited about what we got coming. So on Twitter, they posted the preliminary patch notes. Doesn't look like the patch is going to be coming this week. It still needs more polish, as Nikita says, but we'll go through and see what they have. These first two have me kind of tickled. New skill crafting and new skill hideout management. It's going to be super cool to see what these are going to provide for us as far as skills and perks and things like that for those of us out there like me who use the hideout a ton. So that's cool. Like in their video, we saw the new use of the compass. So I'm not sure if you're going to have to buy it right out the gate or you're going to have to find it on scavs. Shouldn't be too hard to get a hold of though. This is interesting to me here though, is using the U key. There's a lot of players out there, including myself, who use U as the drop key, like both U and delete are bound. So I'm gonna have to play around. I'll probably end up rebinding this as something other than U, but I'm not sure what yet. The heavy bleeding, which they talked about in the dev discussion the other day, which is super cool. So be interested to see how this works out, how frequently it happens, what balancing is going to go with that, along with the new medical items for it. So I'm wondering if there's going to be any crafting for these two. Yeah, and here's the new consumables: the tourniquet, the hemostatic bandage, and then that new drink. I wonder if those are going to be makeable on the hideout. The fast backpack dump, which they say is by double tapping Z, which is fantastic. A lot of us use that, but it's we've gotten good at tabbing and hitting delete on our backpack or U on our backpack. So new version of the voice line for the bear. Doesn't have much effect on me. I don't use bears at all, so we'll have to see if that's cool or not, what the voice sounds like. I wonder if it's Nikita's voice. Voices for the bosses, Gluhar, Sanitar, and Rashala. Hopefully they got some cool voice lines for those guys, especially Gluhar, because I think he's supposed to be an American U.S. Marine. The lore, the stuff that they have on like the wiki and stuff for him, it sounds like he's supposed to be a U.S. Marine, which is cool because he's one of the most badass bosses there is. So new character animations on the loading screen inventory. So like when you're looking at your character screen, I guess he's going to be doing animations and stuff in there. So we'll see. You've got the new clothes for USEC and Bear they talked about. Some new equipment. The armored vest and the chest rig, some backpacks, headphones, and then helmets. And then he says beret. So be cool to get our hands on those when they first come out. The new weapons, the M45A1 pistol. It's that 1911 modified, the Marine Corps standard issue style. I think this is similar to what I have in real life, actually. So that be interesting to see. It's only going to be available on raiders, scav bosses. For loot, you can't buy it, so that's cool. The KS-23 shotgun, which they've been leaking photos of that for a while. The RFB rifle, which is that 7.62 by 51 semi-auto bullpup that they were shooting in the videos. And then new mods for various weapons, so we'll start seeing new things to identify, which is always cool. It's kind of like a little Christmas present in my mind. And then on to the quality of life changes, which is super cool. Looks like they've redesigned the group gathering screen in the lobby. When you're inviting your friends, so you can see their character models. Hopefully this doesn't break something, but it'll be nice to see what everybody's running for gear as you load in. So add a display of the object resource on the quick use panel. I believe this is where it shows like how much is available on meds. So like if meds are like a IFAC is 250 at 300, I think that's what this means here is you can now see the 250 at 300 on the quick bar, which is super handy. And then for mods, weapons, items moved by the mouse, drag and drop, added highlight of weapons slots and mods where they fit, which is super cool. For newer players that don't have this shit memorized, you don't have to guess where this item installs on a weapon. So that's actually an awesome quality of life change. Options in the game settings, selection of the body parts, color, upper UI left, a variant correspondent to the colors from the inventory on the health tab, and the old variant's red monochrome. So now, like that you were seeing in the video, you have green, yellow, red based on your damage when you get hit in the UI element, which is super fucking cool. And it looks like you might be able to make some changes to it. Options in the game settings to select the principles of display, the combat interface elements, automatically hide or always show Quick access zone, endurance zone, and the current stance and the current state of stealth of body parts all can be configured separately. So it looks like you're in the UI, you're going to be able to select, instead of having them just all on or all off, you can kind of select which ones you want constantly on, constantly off to affect immersion and doing whatever you're doing there. Here they've added an ammo loading menu in the context menu of magazines in the stash, and I'm wondering if this means you can right click and click like load ammo, and it'll just grab ammo and load it so you're not having to drag and drop. That's super cool. That's actually a really good idea. Probably like kind of like grenades or mags, it'll pull the farthest one to the left and the highest one up first. So if you have multiple kinds of ammo, make sure you're watching that. At the flea market, when buying more items than are left on sale, the remaining availability quant is bought. So this is kind of cool. It's going to take people a little bit to get used to it, but what this is going to do is like, so if you click all, right, or you click 11 and there's 11 available, but somebody bought 1 or 3 or 4, it's going to buy the remaining quantity for you, which is that's handy. That's going to help me out a lot with stuff. I've gotten away from buying full items just because you can't do it quick enough anymore, and I'm buying them one at a time. So this is cool when you're buying lots of components in a stack. We saw him demo this, the automatic sorting of character stash, any containers, backpacks. But like he said, be careful when you click sort in your inventory. It'll sort everything, even inside containers. So make sure you only sort containers when you're doing this. On the preset or customization screen, the characteristics of the weapon in the characteristics window now change when pointing to the mod to be installed. This is super cool. So when you're dragging over and highlighting them, it'll show up on the weapon as you click through them in that little box where it shows all the items. So that's cool. In the kill list after the raid, the field distance, showing the distance of the fatal shot, was added. So right now when you shoot somebody, it doesn't matter if you kill them or not, it shows you the longest distance. So this is going to show you the longest kill distance, which is cool. It's nothing major, but it adds a little bit more information to, versus if you hit somebody a bunch of times but didn't kill them and then killed somebody else at a long distance. They added a warning that when you exit the game, the generator is on. I know some people that are going to love this because they turn their generator off. I don't. I just leave mine running. I have solar power and everything else, so it doesn't matter to me too much. So added a counter for ready items after crafting in the hideout of the lower menu. I'm not sure what this is. I'm guessing that it's going to show you, instead of just giving you a white item that you can craft, it's going to show you how many of these you can craft based on your components that you have, which is just another quality of life thing that's cool. At a flea market, current flea market filters are no longer applied to your list of offers and your wish list. So this is cool. So filters kind of carry over, which is handy. When you're bouncing around between stuff, you always have to take them off and put them back on. So this is a cool little thing. Save you a couple of clicks when you're messing around in the flea market. Sorting goods by category is now reset when moving between merchants. This is handy. Just a nice little change. Width of scroll bar in the stash merchants assortment increase. This is handy. It's kind of a pain to sort through stuff using the scroll bar because it's so skinny and narrow and tiny. So cool on them for adding this. Added a hotkey to unload the chamber. Control plus R. This is awesome. This is awesome. Oh, this is so good. Added a hotkey to rechamber Alt plus R. So with these two, I'm guessing that, I'm not sure how it works on bolt actions. Everything's going to work a little bit different just because of the way the weapons function. But now you're going to be able to take a bullet out of the chamber. One big thing is with like shotguns, there's no way to unload a shotgun other than shooting it when you're in raid. So this probably will allow you to unload the shotgun, I'm guessing. And then the rechamber Alt R, I don't know if that is actually going to pull the round out of the magazine. If you don't have a magazine in, is it going to pull it out of your inventory and put it in? We'll see. Either way, good ad. I think this is super cool. Sent friend requests can now be canceled. Yay! I've got some in my thing that are like 6 months old from people I accidentally clicked on in the flea market, and they're still sitting there. Added accept all invitations button. I guess this is good for people who have tons of invitations. I guess I don't have very many friends, so I don't have to worry about this. After death, on the post-raid statistic screen, your character is now displayed in the equipment in which he was killed. So, for example, if you ran in with minimal gear and you picked up a bunch of shit and then died, it just showed you whatever you loaded in with. It didn't show you what you were actually wearing. So I'm guessing they're just updating the model here to show what you died with versus what you were wearing. If the weapon has no magazine and there is no cartridge in the chamber, then by pressing the reload, the cartridge is now charged into the chamber if there's a bunch of rounds in the pockets or vest. So instead of having to hit Alt R, if you hit R, it'll do the same thing. If you grab a round, it'll grab a round out of your pocket if you hit R. and put it in instead of you having to drag it in. Outside the raid, the stash can now be opened and closed by pressing the tab hotkey. I guess so instead of having to click your character, you can hit tab like when you're in raid and it'll open it up. Add a display a found in raid status icon for canisters in the hideout generator area if the canister is found in raid. So this is just going to display the found in raid check mark on your fuel canisters in the generator so you can tell which ones and which ones aren't. Now the empty button is displayed as the last item in the drop-down menu of the canister selection of the generator. Just kind of moving stuff around so you don't accidentally click things, I guess. I didn't never have any problem with this, but maybe some people did. So now the treatment for therapist will be free of charge for the first 5 levels of the character. Holy crap, Nikita's doing something to make the game easier? I don't believe it. Nikita... This is super cool. I think this is needed big time. The first 5 levels, especially for new people, are so damn hard and just such a dick punch to get through. So this is going to help people get into the game. So I think this is an awesome addition. So some optimization improvements here. I don't know much about this stuff, so I'm not going to comment on it. You can read it. Just guess hopefully it helps with some of the desync and some of the network issues, but I don't know if this has anything to do with that. You can look at it and let me know what you think. So AI improvements. Added weapon swaying and bot movements. So I get maybe this is going to make them less accurate when they're sidestepping and they headshot you with a shotgun from 100 meters away. I would hope. Improved phrases for the attack by scav bot players. So I'm guessing this just means it's going to be more clear when they're attacking you versus when they're not and what they're doing. The bots now respond to the scav player's scav follow me gesture. This is fucking cool because this means you can, as a player scav, you could get like a scav horde and go fucking fight players. That's cool. Fixed bot behavior in combat when its target is outside the door. I'm wondering if this is going to prevent them from shooting through doors and shit now that they can't see through, but they can still see you. We'll see. Fixed bug when kill a boss reacted incorrectly to smoke. I don't hunt kill a lot, so I'm not sure what this means. I'm wondering if he treated smoke as if it was a grenade, like a flash grenade, and would run away. So if they fix that, that's good. It's one less way to glitch him. Improved automatic cover search system. I honestly have no idea what this means. We'll have to wait and see. Fixed one of the bugs from which a player scav could not become an enemy for raiders in reserve bunkers. This is... I didn't know this existed. This is a good fix. I have seen scavs killing raiders, and I was wondering if there was something weird going on with that. Fixed one of the bugs that caused bots to pass through closed doors. I ran into this repeatedly on reserve with Gluhar's goons in the first floor of the Black Pawn building. It's scary. Bots now respond to the sound of approaching behind their backs. Well, that's interesting. You used to walk up behind them and kill them and not have them turn around. I think I've seen this happen a few times. I didn't know if it was a bug or what, but I guess no more Assassin's Creeding bots in Tarkov. Fixed bug when bot ignored player after blinding. So I have actually run into this, and I didn't know that it was. I just thought the blind lasted forever. I'd thrown flash at Gluhar and was able to kill him pretty easily with low-level gear just because I flashed him. And I thought it was because he was flashed. I didn't know there was a bug for that. That's interesting. Good fix. Fixed a bug when a bot did not react to shooting at it through a masking and net. Okay, well, I don't know about this because every time I've ever run into a bot, they see through shit I can't see through, like Senator guys seeing through the fence and the bushes on shoreline. So that's fine, I guess, but didn't know it was a problem. Raiders now attack the regular scavs. Good. It makes sense. Raiders should kill scavs. So this will be interesting on reserve when the random scavs just roll up by a radar and get murked. It's going to make things even more confusing, which I think is a good thing. I think that adds to the immersion of the round. Bots now respond to bear USEC fractions with appropriate phrases. Okay, so they're going to yell at you in English if you're USEC and bear, and Russian if you're bear, I guess. Bots can now react to the sound of a knocked door down. I'm guessing this is if you kick a door in, they're going to come running. We'll see. Fixed a bug when killing guards did not change the role of the left alive bots. So I'm wondering if... So Gluhar's guards have a very specific thing they do when you kill one of the guards or something. And like Rashala usually goes and hides. So I'm wondering if there's some bugs with that they fixed. All right, so this is a massive list of fixed stuff. I'm going to go through them pretty quick. I'll hit on some of the bigger ones, the ones that I think are super important, and I'll let you guys read through this so this video doesn't end up being a half hour long, just reading every one of these lines. But there's a ton of really good fixes in here. Error 228, when special characters are used to name a preset. Good. Sweet. This is awesome. Used to get no error. You just have to restart your client. So now when you use special characters, it actually gives you an error. Perfect. Bug, when the guns stop firing in automatic mode, if you start too quickly, press the fire button before holding it. Oh, dude, this is... If you fast click on full auto and it basically feels like your gun jams. This is awesome that they fixed this. I've died so many times because of this. Different bug related to the ability to move items from not fully searched vests, backpacks, and etc. So I'm wondering if this is the infamous locking up bags, vests bug. This would be good if this fixed. Bug with duplicate of proper portrait in merchant menu. This is kind of a funny one where people would get like 15 propers, so that's good that they fixed this. Bug when jumping action was an actions queue if player tried to initiate jump while laying down. Oh, this is so awesome. They fixed that. I stand up and then you jump again. I mean, technically, I think it saved my life once, but it's really annoying. You just make a lot of noise. Bug when armor didn't receive any damage from explosions of AGS and FNGL 40 grenades. So I didn't know this. I thought that was a feature. So apparently these are supposed to do damage to armor. So that's actually a super cool thing, because people will be able to kill you and do no damage to your armor and get out with your gear. So I'm wondering if this means that armor can reduce damage from these things, which it should. Delay before pulling the trigger of the SV98. This has been in forever. It has practically been a feature. I even went up and looked, is this something that is actually existent in the rifle? Like a muzzle loader or something? So they fixed this. Good. It might actually make this gun a cool gun to use, like a more powerful Mosin, if you will. Bugs with the elite level of vitality and attention skills. Well, if this is the attention skill bug that sent Landmark over the edge, then this is a good deal. So change. Stims and medical items can now remove contusion effects. That's good. Made it to where you can't cheese stuff anymore. When a character is binded by flashbang, you always reload with mag drop. That's super cool. I like that. Decreased damage radius of FNGL 40 grenades. Okay, there's your nerf. Was kind of hoping they'd lower the range, or they'd take out that 2 to 3 meter range. Increased armor piercing of the 7.62 TT ammo. That's interesting. PC blocks now spawn SSDs and SAS drives, as well as adding them to containers, equipment, vests, backpacks. That's cool. That's good. They needed to have a spawn other than just tech spawns, high-end tech spawns. Big plastic containers now spawn more items in general. I'm guessing these are like the big green and gray crates that you see occasionally. Minor changes to AI scav loadouts. We'll see. Increased fall damage. Well, there's some of these spots that you're not going to be able to jump off of quite so easily anymore, I'm betting. In the quest line of the Tarkov shooter, player can now use any bolt action rifle. Wow. Nikita listened to the Reddit rampage. Quest to unlock Trader Jaeger is now available after accepting of Gunsmith 1 quest. Okay, so they just made it a little bit easier to get through those quests. That's nice. Rework player spawn points on reserve base location. Ooh, let's go dig through and figure out what our new player spawns are. Hopefully that one in the corner doesn't exist anymore, because that one sucked. Scav player spawn at reserve locations is made later in time. This is an awesome change. Awesome change. Player scav spawn too early on reserve, so this is a good thing. Reduce the trader restock timer to about 2 hours. This is actually going to have a pretty big effect on the economy. We'll have to see what comes of that, but I think it's a good thing. We'll have to just wait and see. All right, guys, well, that wraps up the video. Looks like 12.8 is going to be absolutely awesome. So if you get a chance, hit like and subscribe for the content. I hope to see this patch pretty soon. Nikita said it won't be this week, but this is an awesome looking patch. I'm really excited. So good luck out there, and we'll see you in Tarkov.